Hi everyone, I'm children's book author and illustrator Grace Lin. You might know my picture books like A Big Mooncake for Little Star, or you might know my novels like Where the Mountain Meets the Moon. But I'm also the author and illustrator of Early Readers. I have a set of early readers about these characters. Their names are Ling and Ting, and they are Chinese American twins who, even though they look the same, are not exactly the same. And this is the very first book about them, so you can tell Ling and Ting, not exactly the same. But there are 4 books about Ling and Ting. There's this one, not exactly the same. There's this one, Ling and Ting Share a Birthday. There's this one, Ling and Ting Together in All Weather. And then there's this one right here, Ling and Ting Twice as Silly. And this is the one that I would like to share with you today. Now, each of these books have 6 stories in them, so there's a lot of stories that you can read. But today, I would like to read 2 stories from this book to you. The first story that I would like to share with you is this one, story number 3, On the Swings. Ling and Ting are at the playground. They are playing on the swings. How high can you swing? Ting asks Ling. I can swing higher than a tree, Ling says. You can? Ting asks. Which tree? Any tree, Ling says. So here's Ling and Ting talking. Any tree? Ting asks. A tree that is taller than a giraffe? Yes, Ling says. So here's Ling swinging higher than a tree that's taller than a giraffe. A tree that is taller than a building? Ting asks. Yes, Ling says. And here's Ling swinging higher than a tree that's taller than a building. A tree that is taller than a mountain? Ting asks. Yes, Ling says. And here's Ling swinging higher than a tree that is taller than a mountain. A tree that is higher than the clouds? Ting asks. Yes, Ling says. And here's Ling swinging higher than the clouds. Do you think she can really swing this high? A tree that goes into outer space? Ting says. A tree that is higher than the moon? A tree that is as high as the stars? Yes, Ling says. Yes, yes. Do you believe her? Okay, Ting says. Show me how you can swing higher than a tree. I am doing it right now, Ling says. We both are. We are? Ting asks. How? It is easy to swing higher than a tree, Ling says. A tree cannot swing. Do you get it? Can you think? Can a tree get on a swing and move on a swing? No, it can't. So anyone can swing higher than a tree can, right? So that's one silly story, and I thought I'd share one more silly story with you. And this is story number 5, Reading Minds. I have to admit, this is one of my favorite stories. Ling and Ting are reading books together. Ting, Ling says. This book says some twins are special. Are we special? Ting asks. Special twins can read minds, Ling says. Oh, Ting says, let us see if we are special. Okay, Ling says, I will think of something. What am I thinking? Ling looks at Ting. Ting looks at Ling. Ting scratches her head. It is something spelled with 4 letters, Ling says. It begins with B. Ling holds her book. Ting looks at the book. Are you thinking of a book? Ting asks. Yes, Ling says. You did it! You read my mind! Now I will read your mind. Ling looks at Ting. Ting looks at Ling. Ling shakes her head. Nothing, Ling says. My mind is reading nothing. Ling, you are right, Ting says. I was thinking nothing. So do you think they can read each other's minds? So those are 2 stories from Ling and Ting, Twice as Silly. If you like them, I hope you read the rest of the book and you read the stories in my other Ling and Ting books because I think they're all super fun. So I just wanted to tell you one more thing. I have a podcast called Kids Ask Authors. It's a podcast where an author and I answer one kid question, and at the end of each episode, we end it with a kid book review, a kid poem, a kid joke. So you could submit your own poem, your own joke, your own book review, and we could play it on the podcast. So please submit and listen to the podcast too. I'd love to hear from you. Bye.